surrounding our sustainable management of that resource. The forest at Menominee covers about 95% of the reservation, or approximately 209,000 acres. Included in our major reservation resources, water resources, 187 streams and rivers, 57 lakes that total over 4,750 acres of surface water. Our forest creates ideal habitat for a large number of wildlife and fish, and host of a variety of native plants, shrubs, grasses, sedge, and wildflowers. The 209,000 acres in Menominee Forest distinguish the reservation from surrounding landscape. The major difference between the Menominee Forest and the surrounding landscape is due to our tribal management and land ethics. So our natural resource programs are a wide variety. They include environmental services, fisheries management, waterfowl habitat protection, forest management, conservation law enforcement, wildlife protection, and numerous related environmental programs. We employ environmental protection specialists, foresters, wardens, fish biologists, wildlife biologists, hydrologists. They all work in protecting the resources that were promised to us in our treaties. We urge the subcommittee to ensure quality and consideration towards funding our tribal natural resources programs that are critical to promoting and protecting our culture, our health, and our economy. For the Menominee Nation to fully manage and use our natural resources and establish and maintain natural resource management programs, funding for BIA natural resource programs must increase. BIA programs represent a significant source of funding to protect tribal lands. Instead, tribal funding opportunities have declined incrementally over decades and more precipitously than other natural resource programs in Department of Interior. For example, the per-acre funding for Forest Service lands is 3 times the per-acre funding for tribal forested lands. The per-acre funding that DOI invasive species programs is 5 times the per-acre funding that BIA's invasive species program currently funds. So at this time, we're requesting some of the following, and these numbers, keep in mind, are national request increases, not Menominee request increases, but they're within those. So the provide and water resources, $10.5 million for BIA water management planning and pre-development program. Provide $5 million for water resources TPA program. That's tribal priority allocation programs. Water resources contains monitoring, preserving, protecting, and enhancing the quality of the surface waters, aquatic habitats, and groundwaters of our tribal lands. We fulfill our obligation by administering federally authorized and supported surface water quality monitoring programs, pollution management programs, planning and implementing stormwater management, shoreline restoration, and stream crossing replacement projects. The primary funding sources currently are primarily U.S. EPA through the Clean Water Act program, Section 106 and 319, and through some BIA Great Lakes Restoration Initiative program funding, as well as the water resource programs in BIA. Under invasive species, we'd request that the increase funding to $12 million for BIA invasive species program funding. Invasive species programs provide critical funds for the tribes to control noxious and invasive species. Invasive species cause approximately $3 billion in damages on tribal trust lands nationwide. The impacts of the invasive species have particularly disproportionate impact upon tribes because such species affect plants, animals, and other wildlife that are essential to tribal members for sustenance, for our medicines, for our ceremonies, our cultures, and our economic health. The BIA program, which was funded at $6.7 million in FY 2018, is the only funding stream designated to address invasive species on tribal trust land. In contrast, DOI spends considerably much more each year to address invasive species on non-Indian lands. The BIA program is a critical element of the Department's invasive species initiative, since tribal trust land is more contiguous to other federal lands. In light of this disproportionate impact invasive species have on tribes, the significant need for equity in funding between the non-native and tribal land under DOI's jurisdiction an increase.
I've got some questions coming up.
Okay.